What's going on, my friends? It's Leo. We're going to take a look at Ethereum and Bitcoin today and kind of get an idea of where the market is. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe. Really helps me out and motivates me to keep making these videos. So let's go ahead and dig in here to Bitcoin. I'm going to try to make this brief, not waste y'all's time. So as you can see here, we have this large trend channel that basically encompasses the lows that we've hit and then the all-time high. But what's more important is, and what everybody's wondering right now is, are we going to break down? Are we going lower, or have we bottomed? And my answer is that we're done. We bottomed. If you look here, this is the green line is the 21-week exponential moving average. If you come back to the bull market, that holds as support the entire time. Now, what we have here is we've had this run up, right? I'm viewing this as one large leg, and then we get a correction. And so markets trend in fives and they correct in threes. And so that's exactly what we're seeing here. You know, you draw your little trend line, you get the break of the trend line, get the close outside of it, and then a move to test the lows. Okay. And so now what we're getting is a reversal. We're getting a bullish reversal bar, and we're seeing continuation. So I would estimate that this is the bottom. I would also say that because we've gotten through all of this resistance here. That's exactly where this bottom has lined up. So if you come over here, get a little horizontal ray going. Now, if you notice what I'm doing here is I'm looking at the candle body closes once again, because that's what's important when it comes to price action. So resistance, kind of broke through here, but then it held as support, broke through resistance. So what we're seeing here is an area of confluence. We have a close outside of our trend line and a move to a new low. So we have an ABC working down. We get a bullish reversal bar on the 1 week at the 21-week EMA at structural support. So I would anticipate that the bullish trend will continue now. That doesn't mean that it's going to skyrocket past all-time highs, but I would expect this level to hold as support. So that's essentially where we are on Bitcoin. And now I'm going to take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is actually quite a bit more interesting. So what I want to go ahead and do first is to zoom out to the 1 week. And look what we have there. Beautiful. And this is exactly what I want to see as we're going into a larger third wave. These aren't targets; they're just placeholders. So what we have here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a completed first wave. We have our little 2 wave that we've made come down. But what I really want you all to pay attention to here is that we have the 200 exponential moving average right here, and we have the 55 exponential moving average. So we're about to get a golden cross on the 1 week chart for Ethereum to the US dollar. That's incredibly bullish. I mean, that's really, really good news. So as soon as people start to notice that, you're going to see people yapping about it all over the crypto Twitter and Facebook or wherever else they chat. So this is really good. And I also like it because we're seeing that golden cross on the 1 week right as we would go into the larger third wave of the bull market. So it's really good news. We bounced right there at the 21 week exponential moving average. Now we can zoom in a little bit closer and see what the count is that I'm working with here. Now, some Elliottians like to take a what's the most probable count approach. I don't necessarily like that method because I feel like it's more opinion based. It's not like you go into Elliott Wave and they have actual statistics for certain patterns at certain situations. It's more opinion. So what I like to do is I like to take the approach of I use Elliott Wave as a way to organize the price action not so much to be a predictive measure. And what I do is I will, lost my train of thought there for a second. I will come up with an Elliott wave count that fits with the other indicators and the other things that I'm seeing. So what I mean by that is that we're about to have a golden cross on the 1 week. So I'm not expecting us to dump down here. So so those Elliott waves probably aren't gonna, those counts are probably useless. I'm not even gonna pay much attention to them. So what Elliott wave count works that could potentially see us going higher here, since we're about to get that extremely bullish golden cross? Well, if we have an expanded flat here for a correction on a 2 wave, and you have 1, 2, 3, we have some sort of I don't think this isn't a triangle in my opinion. This is it has a triangle structure, but from an Elliott wave standpoint, I don't think it fits within the traditional triangle count. So you don't have an A, B, C, D, E launch. This is some sort of a 1 wave here. It just so happens makes that triangle formation. But then we come up here to a 5, and we have our expanded flat, and then we continue. Another option would be that we do come back down, but I don't see us coming back down below the, where was it? We aren't going to go below here. Absolutely not. We have, unless something catastrophic were to happen to the market, it's just very unlikely that we break that 200-week exponential moving average. I mean, we have I think another week and it's going to golden cross. We have Ethereum 2.0 on the verge of coming out. There's a lot of good news in the market, so I don't anticipate that happening. It could happen, but I don't anticipate it. Let's go back to the 1 day. So something else that I'm considering is that we have come into the golden zone here. Now, I'm not pulling this of the overall. I could. Looks like they front run that by about $10 or $20. They front run to that 50. But more so what I'm looking at is I'm pulling from prior action. So whenever you're pulling your Fibonacci retracements, the way they work is they work in what's called a series. So if you come down here and you'd pull up to your first move, that red line is going to be your 50% retracement. So price came back and then they moved up to the negative 236, which is the green line. So that completes one measured move. So what you would do then is you would pull from the prior buy where the algos bought, and then you would look for the next pull. So it looks like there is about where it would be. And so then we would continue on, because as you can see, they bought here and then prices went up to the negative 236. So you would pull up to your next high, and from there they bought down at the golden zone and they continued on. And looks like they bought here. And then finally, you have this larger move. So that's another reason that I like this Elliott wave count, that we're done here, because this would fit with the continuation of the measured move in series. And so then the next target for the Ethereum would be up here at $555, or potentially beyond that. But, well, actually it is beyond that for the 3rd wave. But short term, that would be your next target from a measured move standpoint. So this is pretty much where we are from a structural resistance and support perspective. We're just in between the 2 red dotted lines here. Well, actually, I guess that one too. I didn't see that one there because the other price line is there. But so we're basically within this area here, and we're just kind of, this is going to hold as resistance and this is going to hold as support, and we could shop around in here for a little while before we break out of it. We're just going to have to sit back and kind of see what's happening. On the shorter time frame, I believe it was the 1 hour. Yes, it is. So we have this price channel working up here. So the next resistance point here is you would pull your fibs from the opposing. And so if we come up here and we hit that, and then we begin moving down, well, you could have a target down here at the 270 level, 267, 270. I don't anticipate that. I don't think that's very likely. Your dominant algos are still up. You'd also have the 200 weekly exponential moving average here. So if we did come down there, I would expect a sharp reversal. You might see a wick down there and then pop right back up. I would say that that's less likely at this point. We just had a golden cross on the 1 hour. Although on the 1 hour they don't mean as much. As you can see, they can chop back and forth, but that does have my bias more to the upside. And certainly from a price action standpoint, you have this channel working up, and until that fails, we're we're beginning to resume the bullish trend. So that's pretty much all I have. I'll keep y'all updated. Um, Something I'm considering doing is doing some analysis on the stock market. If that's something that y'all would want me to do, go ahead and leave down in the comment section what assets you would like me to look at, whether it's Tesla, S&P 500, etc. Anyway, please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, friends, take care.